Remember, if you like this video, don't forget to press the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you will be alerted to when I have new videos. Welcome to another episode of Mach Fishing. Yeah, I know, it's not crabbing season yet, but I had to get some form of tasty crustaceans. So I focused my attention on the oysters. A friend of mine pointed me to an oyster supplier in southern Maryland. So why don't you come along with me while I go pick some up, and then we'll go back to the house and cook them up. Hello YouTubers, it's the 27th of January, and a friend pointed me out to where I can get a source of oysters, so I'm on my way to go pick them up, and then I'm going to roast some oysters later on in this video. Well, I just got to a Wawa, get some coffee first because it's going to take me about an hour and 20 minutes to get to the spot to pick up the oysters. So just going to get some coffee. I used the self-checkout at the Wawa, so I was in and out in no time. Okay, I got my coffee. Now time to make the trip down. I'm less than a mile and a half away, so I should be there to pick up the oysters and then start my way back. This is what I will be roasting during the football games. These haven't been cleaned yet, but I'll do it a little later on today. Alright, I'm heading back home. I got the oysters, quick exchange, 2 full bushels, and then I'll call my friends so they can come get theirs. Here is 8 oysters that I pulled out of the basket, and I cleaned them with a brush and everything. I'll show you in another video, another section of the video, how I did it. But I'm just going to shuck these since they're fresh. This is the oyster shucking knife that I'm going to use right here. This one has a bent end. It kind of helps open up the oysters. They're harder to open when they're raw. If you roast them, they kind of pop open and you could almost pry them apart with your hands or a butter knife. So there they are. Let me get ready to do this. Okay, there it goes. Now there's a muscle under here that I have to cut, so I just basically put the knife through and cut through it. See, so now it's pretty much freed up. There's where the muscle was. And then you can drink the liqueur, the liquid in here. Or you can add lime or whatever you want. When I get them like this, I put them on a tray and roast them in the oven on 425 for about 15. Actually, no, between 10 and 12 minutes. Depends on when they pop open. When they pop open, then they're ready. You know, I'm going to try to stick this right in here. Back and forth, and then I just did that, and then I just scrape the top, you know, so you can let liquor come out, and then you got the oyster. Then I'm going to cut the muscle. There we go. But there you go. There we go. save the liquid on this one. Cut underneath that mussel. So now the oyster is free. And then I'm gonna bon appetit. Oh man, this thing's tripping. It tastes good. Then later on I'll be roasting some instead, for those who don't like them raw. Look at that one. That's a fatty. I would dice up a couple of shallots. Now I would slice up some baby spinach into thin strips by rolling them in a little tube and then cutting that tube. It makes it easier that way. These would be some of the other ingredients I would add to the cream topping. As you can see, I cooked the bacon and made it real crispy and then crumbled it. This next ingredient is totally optional, but it's just some curly parsley that I'm also going to chop fine to put a little bit in the seasoning and a little bit on top for garnishing. I'm about to saute the vegetables by adding some olive oil to the pan with the butter. The olive oil will prevent the butter from burning. I have it on a medium heat. Completed pictures of my oyster recipes are at the end of this video. Here I'm adding black pepper, salt, garlic powder, onion powder to the shallots as I'm sauteing them to get them soft. Eventually I'm going to add the whole carton of heavy whipping cream and also about half of the Philadelphia cream cheese. Yes, that's the playoffs going on in the background while I'm cooking. Now to add the spinach. It'll cook down pretty quickly.
Use the whole thing.
Adding some shredded Parmesan cheese to the mixture. We'll also use a little bit of that to put Parmesan cheese on top of the oysters.
Okay. I'm gonna use these 2 eggs.
For the amount of oysters I have, I'm going to crack 2 eggs and separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. I'll put the egg whites in first into the spinach mixture, and then towards the end I'll put the egg yolks in. I'm wondering if it really makes a difference, but that's what the recipe called for that I saw.
Okay. Now we Now we have to let this cool and harden up a little bit. Now we're going to shuck the oysters next. Wow.
I shucked all the oysters and separated the shells from the meat. I then took a high-edged cookie sheet and covered it with parchment paper. Then I put the empty shells on that, and then we'll see what I do from there.
Got the little wine and butter sauce. Just poaching them for about a minute. Then I'm taking them out. I'm just putting them over here. And from here, I'll put them in the shells. And then I'll top them with the cream spinach topping. Okay. There we go. And then these I may fry or cook raw with butter. Okay, yep, there we go. All right. Those poached oysters on there. I need one more there. But after this, then I'm going to add the cream cheese on top. Then the bacon, then Parmesan cheese, and throw it in the oven. Stir this around a little bit. It's been sitting. See, it's thickened up now. So now I can try to put a little bit of this on every one of these. There we go. Okay, now I have the bacon applied, the Parmesan cheese on top. I'm now going to do the panko bread Italian seasoning already. I may mix this with some more seasoning to make it more tasty. In addition to the Oyster Rockefeller, I ended up making raw oysters on the half shell, roasted oysters, and fried oysters. They all came out good. Thanks for coming with me on the hour-plus drive to go pick up my oysters, and then coming home to shuck them and cook them. They were very good. I ate even more off camera. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching, and until next time, be sure to check out my other videos.